from recently, and some young people were enthusiastic and they wanted to organize a World Social Forum challenge, so they have to understand all that they need in terms of organization in that. I've been an organization who has responded. So people have started to create activities, and through those activities, like kind of build up some kind of mobilization and getting together. It's not miraculous, but I think the fact of being included in a wider dynamic has energized some groups to, and they kind of feel participant in something common and large. India is they have made a little forum recently, but a very small size one compared to what happened in Mumbai 12 years ago. Convention of Unity, Diversity and Democracy was about 1,000 people scale event. They organized it in the south of India in Hyderabad. We could have one workshop with them that they placed in the extension. Here you have in Guinea, it's interesting to see, for instance, a group. So these are all the activities from Guinea, and yeah, there was this group who created a set of activities. They made a summer camp in July. And so we have here the program, and you have the different activities day by day, so very, very concrete activities. Transformation of tomato into tomato sauce, but I mean, when you hear people speaking about it, it makes sense. And so here, so you can still come in the chat room and then. So here they are taking notes from these are pictures from the video. There is a video, but it was costing them very, very much money so they just made a few minutes of videos. So this is like extreme cases where people, despite digital divide, trying to get included. I will give another example of Kenya, which for me was quite impressive to have these. So to the Kenya by countries, to Kenya. And food sovereignty, also here are the photos they sent us spontaneously after they made the activity. So you see, this is a meeting in the slum area of Nairobi, in Kibera, I think. The meeting was about food sovereignty. At the end of the meeting, they make a photo, a group photo, and this is actually what in the chat room. So it's not just photos. They are quite elaborating the text because no audio is easy, etc. So they sent the minutes live of the text, and you have some people participating from another country. So this is to show that you don't need necessarily a high-level internet to be included, and to be included in a relevant way, because this is there and it's content which is useful. So, of course, the people that are in Montreal that are preparing the event, they are event focused. So they're not too sensitive about what's happening. I think this is a way of, there is some margin of progress there. And, so that's the reason we have made a little text here that you are, maybe I can have it. This would, I need to, we are like, yeah, we're halfway from the, so we will set this good time to connect this. So, maybe it's time for questions. I think we've spoken too much already. So, please make question on the scheme, then make question on the text. So what can be said is that this scheme is also for a process apprehensible by people. It's not something that you win the lottery and you have the plane ticket and you have the visa and you have. It's something you can do every day. So it's an option that you have. You want to accept the option. You want the message that we have circulated is if you are an organization, you feel participant in this process. So, as described by the chapter, then you are welcome to place an already scheduled activity related to your organization as an activity of the forum. So the idea is that it's not costly. We're not asking that people make a specific activity, just that they label an activity that they are doing in the course of their activity, and they give it an international flavor because there is the chat room. So even if there are 3 people connected in the chat room, it's also like broadening the origin. And it's not a big. The idea is to make the whole thing zero budget. It's based on voluntary work. People are not supposed to spend money for that because they already plan their organization. So at most, but like in Kenya, they have their cell phone plan, so they don't use the expensive video stuff. The text they can chat.
So Pierre, you're working on that all year long?
Yeah, we have basically started that to explain that to the organizing committee. We had the green light by December, and we started implementing from January. We had like the creation of the team in Montreal in April, because you need to be there. So and then the team in Montreal is like a few individuals. And now the team is having like the climax moment here, trying to organize, help people that have not been given a visa or, try to make things relevant during the event. But surely it's go on until the end of the year. And there is the project of making this like a collective. Backed up by organization, but not with a type thing. So this is the second text here that you're welcome to, which is called the SFEX Collective, Social Forum Extension Collective, based on practice and people interested in doing that, and trying to be backed up by organization, but it's not like a consortium of organization. It's a group backed up with organization. You need to be backed up with an organization. So this is this in English. So please question on the practice, and then we will comment the documents.
The idea for the extension came from not the Montreal.
No, it's prior from that. Not really. It started, in fact, it started in 2009, after the 2008, which was a year where there was at the beginning of the forum, the Brazilians wanted to have it every year. Many movements, because they equated that the forum, they need to be physically participating, and it's costly. So they say this is demanding energy, this is like draining us, so they were something and they wanted to teach every 2 years. Eventually, they more or less at the point, and 2008 was a year without forum, but there was what they call the Global Day of Action. So there was a little website and people put their actions. So it was totally, so we shifted from very centralized to completely decentralized. So people that were alone in that, and so they wanted to communicate. So some people started to make teleconferences between forums. And then the next year there was the Belém Social Forum. So we said, experience, so we cannot leave the people that have shown their interest in the process. If they don't come to Belém, what do we do with them? So we invited them to make teleconferences with Belém. So that's how we started. But then we started to think about the different modalities. Because teleconferences is one, as you see there, many. And so try to shape modalities and understand the practice and the needs behind it. So from Belém, Dakar, Tunis 1, Tunis 2, Montreal. Also, there has been some minor scale events. The idea so far, and the text that you have in the assembly, the declaration of the assembly, is to keep this linked with the event. Because this is the legitimacy comes, the organizing committee is have the political and methodological legitimacy, and so the decision to extend has to come from each specific committee. So it's more like a modality that people get to understand and value, and so it's not something that's outside.
Basically, you can organize any activity during the year, even if it's not in your own association. If you're doing some activism elsewhere. I'm taking my example. I want to say that I am also very involved a lot in environment projects. So I could organize an activity and link it to the.
You need to have the idea is that like we keep it organization based. So if you are involved in another organization in Caritas, then this organization can say.
Well, it has to be.
It's not. I mean, there is no difference.
You cannot be. Okay, I understand that.
It's the same thing as when the program, the program including extension is exactly the same, except the activities are not in time and space.
Okay.
So this is also asking to people who is organizing it in terms of organization and giving an incentive that people register in the website. Many people who are in the website, 9,000 people, are not coming to the trip.
Okay.
They are in the website, but they're not in the The same for organization. Many organizations are not physically present through representatives. So it's a way to keep the process into those organizing committees, where are those who take the initiatives and wear the responsibility. So it's not floating. And but it's trying to say extension is an important modality because it opens horizons and so we have to use it more and develop it as a tool for expansion and deepening of the process, because it also reaches out to organizations who don't have the logistics to going to events. They're more like grassroots, because it's like it's jumping on the walls. And it's not destroying the walls, but it's hopping them. For this process, so the idea is that the organizing committee decides and says, okay, we extend it from whole the calendar year because August was kind of the middle. It could be 3 months. I mean, it's the organizing committee decision.
If it's going to be extended for 3 months or 6 months or 8 months, it's not 12 months.
No, yeah, it just happened like that because it's a big forum, and of course, I mean, then of course you need to have a team in your organizing committee to have a team or commission. In 2 minutes last time we had an extension commission. Extension group out of the main group we were like second man group, depending how people are understood that. Sometimes people tend to spontaneously think they think it is communication, but it's not. I mean, it's mobilizing, it's programming, it's support, it's much more complicated. Because they tend to see like broadcast, but it's much more than that. So maybe we can move to the text, which and maybe this will take us back to the practical points. I'm interested to have your feedback and comments on this text. Discovering it. So the text is based, the declaration is based on, it's from the organization standpoint. So we, the underside organization. Don't hesitate to raise points.
Un début d'échange, une fois l'exposition faite, Sorry. Merci.
Bon, ça dépend un petit peu. Il y a des je peux pas donner de l'histoire, d'une histoire où il y a un truc qui se crée comme ça, il se marie à la fin de mais il y a, disons, en Afrique, dans certains pays, on sent qu'il y a quand même une sorte de petit écosystème qui se met en place. C'est-à-dire que les gens, parce que les gens participent dans les activités les uns des autres. Il y a un effet de réseau, c'est clair. En Afrique de l'Ouest, c'est clair. Donc les gens, c'est les participations croisées. Et ça, c'est ça le principe de l'extension, c'est que ça permet de tuilage. Donc en fait, une activité, l'organisation fait une activité, elle ouvre. Et donc il y a des gens, par exemple, l'activité en Guinée, il y a des gens du Bénin qui viennent participer, qui chattent dans la salle, parce que c'est pas très sophistiqué. S'il y a un streaming qui vous applaudit, c'est pas facile. 15 jours après, il y a une activité de documentation. Et on a eu cet effet-là. Alors, ça, je l'ai vu assez clairement dans des activités entre Haïti, le documentation sur l'économie sociale et sociale. Donc, il y avait l'intérêt spontané pour l'économie sociale et solidaire. Donc, on faisait de la publicité, parce que il y a quelque chose que je vais expliquer sur le mode de fonctionnement. Donc, il y a des gens qui venaient, parce que l'idée, c'est que les gens viennent avec du programme spontané. So, either you can invite them, or they can come because all the links that are available there are open. So, you have this cross participation. Then, from that, people, some of them know each other already, some not, so they develop more cooperation. At the moment, I cannot say that there has been like love stories, but there is a network. Ce que je voulais parler, c'est des cercles. En fait, the idea, which is a shift from previous experiences, was to say, okay, let's have a form, an online form. People who are willing to participate, they fill the form. We ask their contact on Skype. So we had like 60% success, and some people never accepted or had no Skype or video. But them in country circle. So in the Skype, so you have conversations. You have two types of conversation. You have a conversation which is the country circle, and the conversation which is the round of discussion specific to an activity. The country circle is a big interesting point because it keeps things horizontal, related to one specific process. If you, for instance, the process of Montreal, some people, when they are in the circle, they start to say, I want to be the representative. The circle is not a committee. The circle is facilitated by the organization. It helps keep things horizontal. Because through the extension group, the organization committee is present in contact with the people. And it's passing the messages of horizontality, etc. So if any group wants to set a committee, they could do in the methodology of 16 team, but you could say we are the committee. We are a committee. In fact, very few people made it a local committee, except those from Guinea are represented, which make their related committee, but otherwise they kept with the circle. So the circle is a place where you can about other activities taking place. So you activity taking place, the main divide is the linguistic divide. So if taking place in French, you can send information in the circles or the French speaking circle. If it's taking place in English, so the circles are like an encounter space facilitated by the committee. So this this proves like, then we see how if the collective will keep those circles to maintain them, waiting for other events to be extended with minimum information, because we have not the legitimacy as collective to create an event, but we can maintain information. So the text, like explaining here the fact that people can, through decentralized activities, can exchange, and you can reach to a certain level of intimacy with people online through repeated contacts and discussion. And so this helped to jump the wall. It doesn't destroy the wall, but it helped. So the text is now, after the consideration, going to supporting the action of the collective in a very broad sense, doesn't mean supporting in a specific way, and inviting the organizers of events to extend their event. And also, so addressing the different aspects, directing to event organizers, directing to organization membership. This is another point where you can see the big difference in organizations. Some organizations are very structured, so they send people to, they send staff people, or staff people with selected partners, but they don't trickle down into their organization. The extension allows, with zero budget, allows, if you have the staff people that say, okay, this, and we can go along with this strategy, they can send a message, stimulate people to make small events. So it creates an ownership, a much more deeper ownership. So encourage members of our organization to participate individually with, like a participant. It's not involved in the organization. They can go to chat with them as a person, or to place in coherence with our internal decision process an activity, which is like a more committed, a more elaborated step. And as organization, we commit to place one activity in the regional thematic forums relevant to us and of course in your forum. So the idea is that the organization says, okay, we are going to do it's zero budget. So it's not a big commitment. Insofar those events are extended. And this is like to lay down the technical aspect. It's not high technique, and it's not difficult to gather the technical elements within that, so there's a certain paragraph. There is a message to the International Council. This year, the Council has made a call, which has not been circulated widely, but which had an extended extension part. So continue promoting, because through the call, you can say let's start promoting. And from Belém, in Belém there was a call. And then something about the next step event to have like another assemblee. So it's not a very like it's a series of messages and commitments that are not zero budget, more like the way of looking at things than the source. Questions, comments?
So you said it was more popular than social project.
No, I think it has gone with the circle here. It has gone further. It's not, I cannot say there is about in the circle about 1,000 people. That's what I'm saying. Many of them are listening. For instance, yesterday, I just ran into a massacre who is like the Novox. It's like a French-speaking network in West in the West. And it's like grassroots radical network. And I jumped and he said, yeah. This is good what you do, and this has gone further than. And I say, why don't you ever speak? And say, I'm reading everything. So you have a lot of silent people. So I mean, I felt sort of like an encouragement. But, of course, for instance, you in the there where the way the event it was called West African Social Forum. In fact, the programming was done in a very closed way. It was not a top-down, bottom-up program. So here, this is a problem because when there is a bottom-up programming in an event, organizations have ownership of their activity, so they want to outreach for them. But if the program is like cooptation between a group of people that's inviting people, but they were always invited in personal terms. So you cannot extend this properly. So it's you can extend, like for instance, for the blue circle in the presentation here, where we have there is about 1,000 activities, 500 of them who are interested to extend on the internet. When we send the form, we have 100. Because before we said, we're not going to do that for you, we can explain how to do it. So then now we're down to 100. But those 100, they do it. They're not expecting some kind of service provider. For us to give them some tips and so the facilitating groups in each organizing committee can have its extension commission, where people have some experience from previous forums or others new, and they can get experience. And then what they will do in future projects.
Can organizing committee know the Does it have the contact information for previous participants from previous events? Like, can Montreal contact the people who went to Tunis and say, do the extension?
The level of cooperation is usually very low between the three people. I think the Indians have not the list from the Brazilians, the Brazilians have not the list, like more or less tried. So in the Open FSN website, we have gathered quite a lot of information. So we have some lists, like so we are sending out like messages in the bottle, information. Like for instance, in the USA, there is a so in USA. If I go to the USA, this is like. So you have USA and WSF. So yeah, as this is like more my volunteering work with the International Council, but I can create those very low profile spaces by country. It's called country and WSF. It's not the WSF, it's just information. And in those spaces, there is a mailing list where you get some people, put them there and send them information. The level of return is very low, but I realize that for some people it's a unique channel in which they hear about the continuity. Otherwise, it would be
between the
forums and or as I said, people have not the least from Tunis, so the outreach of Montreal. And then this also creates a pyramidal system, because then people say, okay, I go to the Maghreb social forum and say, please circulate this, and so people will see that through. So it becomes like a system of so there is no miracle solution. So this was like the US Social Forum last year was a very modest scale forum. I don't know if you participated. It was like 2,000 people in it. I don't know how many Sacramento. But the answer, sending information on those lists, no answer. So the circle of very small, and you get people who are not really. I have talked to a few people involved in the social forum, US social forum. They tell me it's cultural.
I might have to go to the home to a conference. Just to grab some before solving.
Are you all a committee? Or
No.
Just interested
So for me, there is no surprise, because this is like it's very like back office, but at the same time, it's very interesting, because you become a grasp of many issues of what is the forum and how to make it popular.
eventually there will be a maximum. Yes, you can.
If you have a few more minutes, you're welcome to comment and question. No problem.
After the visa happens, in Montreal,
Yes.
some of the people who are denied visas reach out to the extension process.
I mean, they were already in the extension process. So we have many people that like build up their motivation to come to Montreal. They make the activities, prepare, they go into Montreal, they wait for the visa, and then new visa. So then we frustration. So we had like anti-white and popular implementation. So we have everything on Skype, all this Skype chat, some declarations, so we just let that easy. And so some people, for instance, before we had this person from Cameroon who had kept more or less reasonable statements. So after a while, they calm down and then we try to provide them some views. But of course, it's far from, and also when they make an event, what I saw that the interest was sending regularly information in the Montreal English-speaking circle, French-speaking circle. Responsiveness to those invitations to participate in activities in Kenya, very low. So this also gives an idea of the level of like people that say, I am interested in the forum when it comes to my house, but trying to get into communication without any commitment. I mean, so it's like going no commitment to the other participant. There is still not many people that are interested to do that. But I think this is part of some kind of general identity of world citizenship. Changing the rules. And the rules are not just visa, it's also control. The identity of what is the identity of WSF process participant?
Interesting question. Thank you.
Merci. But we are waiting for some student groups from the US driven by the professors.
Yes, exactly. I have 8 students.
Exactly. So yeah, pass the word.
Yeah.
Okay. And join the circle. Come, practically speaking. 4 months.
Yeah.
So it's not, so at the moment you can make contact with the PREPA and U16, not mobilization, or extension. Same. So this is the fast track, fast contact with those guys, and we bring you into the US circle.
Yeah.
The US circle, you receive information about activities in other English-speaking countries. If you are interested, you show your interest by going, and that's how it starts. Simple. Very good assumption. Travailler sur
Maintenant, je le dis là. Bon, d'abord, je trouve que c'est super. Il y a d'autres choses. Actuellement, je suis absolument convaincu que la dynamique du mouvement social est partie locale et c'est un réseautage qui échappe aux organisations verticales. Ça contribue, ce que je dis. Ça va être très important. Mais la préoccupation que j'ai, mais je ne suis pas actuellement capable de poser correctement la question. C'est intéressant. C'est comment ça peut générer réellement un dialogue et d'échange, une coopération. Il y a la question des mails, des temps de ce qu'on fait. Si ça met une mission dans le vide sidéral, et que ça ne génère pas une proportion raisonnable de l'échange et de la coopération intérieure, non, ça ne sert pas à grand-chose. Je me pose la question comment, justement, à partir de l'expansion, on pourrait faire monter ce niveau de réaction d'échange. Je me demande, ça j'ai l'impression, on a participé, à chaque coup quand il y a eu l'échange, ça a demandé un boulot préalable. Par exemple, pour le prochain forum social mondial, à mon avis, c'est dès qu'on a décidé. Il faut voir comment on encourage ceux dans le monde qui peuvent s'intéresser à cet événement universel, préparer la façon dont ils vont construire un événement universel sans bouger chez eux. On voit le fait, mais ils ont besoin de très longtemps, se fera essentiellement par Internet. Et ça demande à ce que ce soit préparé, il me semble que l'idée soit diffusée assez à l'avance pour qu'il y ait des échanges qui se préparent. Comme des ateliers par Internet. Mais je ne sais pas, c'est flou dans ma tête, c'est trop flou dans ma tête, c'est pour ça que j'ai pas voulu intervenir.
Attention, cette question, la question de qu'est-ce que tu peux attendre d'une coopération à distance? C'est ça le point. Bon, moi, je pose la question. Le fait que quelqu'un vienne dans un événement et rencontre, prenne quelques bières et danser les soirs ensemble dans un événement, et après, on se sépare à nouveau. Qu'est-ce que ça ajoute de plus? Ça crée une certaine familiarité, mais la distance, elle reste. Et après, c'est de savoir si tu construis, tu peux obtenir une certaine familiarité par des relations parce qu'en ligne, dans des vraies discussions, donc c'est pas décisif ça. La construction d'une. Après, souvent, dans les événements, les gens s'invitent les uns des autres, on essaie de créer une sorte de réseau, alors il y a des obligations, un petit peu des copinages, donc ça, c'est ça qui crée des réseaux. Mais si les gens moi, encore une fois, dans l'extension, ça reste bien l'extension d'événements, donc il y a toujours bien des gens qui vont voyager, c'est pas contre les voyages. Je pense que c'est la pratique qui peut. Disons que je ne vois pas fondamentalement des avantages par rapport au fait de temps en temps rencontrer des gens en face à face qui vont créer une familiarité, mais en même temps, tu peux obtenir une certaine familiarité à distance. Après, faire quoi? C'est là comment se manifestent les relations locales, où on va avoir une base, entre guillemets, beaucoup plus autonome, qui fait des activités, etc., dans des organisations un peu plus structurées. Qu'est-ce que ça change en termes de culture d'organisation? Ça prétend pas, c'est pas la réponse à tout, hein, on est bien d'accord, bien sûr. Mais en tout cas, ça crée des situations d'identification avec les forums qui sont intéressantes. Bah, oui, mais ça montre, en même temps, ça montre que c'est possible. C'est-à-dire que c'est pas quelque chose il suffit d'être relativement.
Rien que dans le tableau des événements,
au pays,
etc. Ça, c'est super.
Ah oui, parce que ça, c'est au niveau du processus 2016. Il y a toujours un tableau de l'événement général.
Parce que maintenant, c'est très avant, on le savait. Il y avait la lettre, la liste.
Oui, mais il y a toujours le païen, mais c'est vrai que là, je n'ai pas beaucoup
et maintenant, l'ignorance, ça ne possible plus avec qui on peut se connecter parce qu'on ne sait plus qu'est-ce qui existe. Et là, on commence à en faire.
C'est-à-dire, là, ça, c'est le calendrier. Le calendrier, il existe, il est là, mais effectivement, il n'est pas. Par exemple, donc là, voilà un forum de résistance populaire à Habitat 3 à Quito en octobre. Bon, là, moi, j'ai pris contact avec eux. Alors, qu'est-ce que vous voulez faire? C'est-à-dire, est-ce que vous voulez, c'est toujours dans l'année 2016, donc vous pouvez faire certaines activités dans ce forum, vous pourrez se déclarer dans la dynamique d'extension. On va avoir une organisation qui accompagne l'événement en faisant des ministères, en sa responsabilité. Pour les réponses, pour l'instant, c'est on n'est pas assez organisé, on pense. Ici, il y avait aussi, alors celui-là, j'ai complètement zappé, celui-là, je n'ai pas vu passer. Celui-là, il est de Sao Paulo, là, il y a eu 2 ou 3 000 personnes, donc ce n'était pas significatif, mais j'étais occupé à essayer de faire pas vu passer. Là, celui-là, en fait, il est reculé, les 3 fois qu'il est reculé, il aura lieu fin août, donc là, c'est pareil, on va essayer de faire que certaines activités soient élargies pour que ça crée justement une visibilité hors du pays. Là, il y a eu, mais moi j'ai remarqué qu'on a envoyé, par le groupe de cette comité d'organisation, a envoyé l'invitation à participer aux réunions de préparation sur Skype, aucun retour. C'est-à-dire que ça dépend à qui, je ne sais pas si c'est en termes de génération. En fait, c'était un événement assez régional. La liste, il y avait des gens de toute plein, mais ils ne sont pas venus participer aux réunions. Là, j'ai expliqué l'histoire de la programmation cooptée, ce qui fait que ça n'a pas permis de vraiment aller à l'échelle des activités dans le forum. Celui-là, je ne vois pas ce que celui-là, il n'y a pas de mieux. Et si on revient, il y a ça aussi qui est en train de démarrer, qui est intéressant. On va voir ce que ça va faire. Là, c'est pareil, là, je suis dans le groupe de démarrage, donc je vais essayer parce que là, c'est un forum social sur l'usage populaire d'Internet. Donc là, oui, si vous ne faites pas l'extension de ça, c'est pour faire un truc à 2000 personnes avec des rapaces, ça n'a plus aucun sens. Mais en fait, ils n'ont pas du tout cette. Alors j'ai pu expliquer à des gens et puis alors si, il y a les salles dont je vous parlais, où là, ils ont fait une réunion de préparation qui se sont replacés dans le processus. Ils ont réagi, il y a une petite il y a une salle de chat, c'est intéressant.
Ah oui.
Donc il y a toujours quelques trucs quand même.
On arrive à maintenir
Un groupe, ouais.
Mais aujourd'hui, c'est un rythme particulier que
c'est ce que je pense. Alors, dans les pays du Nord, je pense que c'est mais je pense que c'est aussi lié au fait qu'en France, ça passe beaucoup par le prix et que le prix ne va pas acheter un truc. Il y a un stagiaire qui a fait une couverture qui a fait il y a comme ça, je pense qu'il faut voir là où ça bouge et puis après, voilà, on va se trouver.
c'est concernant l'écoute du
Déjà. Ah oui, parce que l'idée aussi, c'est que tout ce qui est retour des SSM, c'est encore une occasion pour élargir et faire participer des gens d'autres pays. Enfin, voilà, le service pédagogique touche.
Voilà, on a beaucoup c'est la communauté.
C'est vrai que les jeunes, c'est un peu plus le cas quand même. Mais d'une manière plus spontanée, évidemment. Là, l'idée, c'est d'avoir un créateur de cadre, en tout cas, d'avoir des règles dans toutes les, tu vois, toutes les activités qui sont voilà, en anglais, mais, en plaçant cette activité dans les organisations confirment que c'est un filière que participer avec la charte. Là, c'est ça que j'appelle un cadre dans l'esprit. Ça permet de diffuser aussi la culture de la charte. Parce que, bon, la notion de forum, en Afrique, souvent, il y a une sorte de confusion entre avec le forum et le forum. Il y a un niveau de. C'est pas plus facile. Et après, bon, il y a des pays où l'Italie, il y a des pays, l'Allemagne, l'Angleterre. C'est une part qui a produit des réserves. En même temps, moi je veux dire que ça, j'ai l'impression qu'on a passé une certaine étape. C'est-à-dire qu'il y a un seuil même. Le truc, il y a un petit auto-entretien. C'est pas quelque chose que tu tiens du bras, il y a aussi une activité. Ouais, il y a une équipe. Enfin, il y a une équipe ici, bon après je ne sais pas, c'est des jeunes, je ne sais pas, moi je ne sais pas, ce que je pense, c'est que c'est quelque chose qui, dans un paysage où les discussions, c'est un petit peu d'abstrait, quoi. Ça serait bien c'est bon. Après, bientôt, Lucie, pardon. Lucie qui est pas il y a 3 heures. Et on perd dans l'équipe. Salut à tout le monde. À une prochaine fois.
Merci.